if you're feeling like you're struggling and you were thinking about asking for help, but you're putting it off like I did, I just want to tell you a quick story and how just making a decision when you have more insight about what you're making the decision on can make the biggest difference. So I had a client who I just finished with, and he's feeling great. He was driving around in his van, worrying about being at home. Should he be at home? When he was in work, he was thinking about being at home. When he was at home, he was thinking about being at work, texting, checking his phone, thinking about the next thing that he had to do. Awake at night, overthinking, thinking about all the bills, and and his wife says to him, "You better get this sorted. This is affecting the kids and it's affecting our relationship." And he goes, "I'm going to get it sorted." And they turned into an argument. So he went onto the website and he found me, and he made the connection under duress, because his wife was saying, "You better get it sorted." So he done it under duress, and he contacted me, and I sent him a message back the next day, and I said, "Let me know when it's a good time for me to give you a call, and I'll tell you exactly how I can help you." And he said 2 o'clock. So I called him at 2 o'clock and he didn't answer, because he changed his mind. He's like thinking I'm going to struggle on. So I didn't know he changed his mind. I thought he just missed the call. So I'd give it one more shot. And I won't torment people. I just kind of, if I ring them once, sometimes I ring them twice. Because I know a lot of people do that. They make the decision when they're stressed out, and then the next day they're like, "Oh my God, what have I done? I'm not going to answer this. I'll put it off. I'll do it again." I'm now, they get too embarrassed to contact me back because they think, they've let me down by not responding to me, and you know how it goes. But anyway, I rang him a second time and he answered by mistake, and he was like, "Oh shit, I thought it was somebody else. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you earlier on there. I was thinking, like, I'm just embarrassed, Paul." He says, "I just can't believe I'm even talking to you now about this. Like, it's stupid. Like, I should be able to get this sorted out myself, and I've tried everything and nothing works." So he's already put me in the nothing works box. And I talked to him for a few minutes, and everything that I said made sense to him, because I'm trained in a lot of really advanced techniques like persuasion and influence and advanced mind therapies. And I'm able to help people to feel better about stuff like really quickly. And there's a process that happens, and I can't do it without him. He has to be here. I've got the strategy and he's got the problem. And me and him can work on the problem together if he shows up, but I can't do it without him. But in his mind, he had in his mind coming to me, and it's like this therapy, and I'm going to talk about my problems, and I'm going to highlight his weaknesses, and I'm going to tell him things he already knows. It's stupid, like, this is what's going through his mind. And he probably would have came just to prove that he's doing something about it, which a lot of people go to therapy for. So it's like, I'm doing something, and it feels better to do something than nothing. So eventually I influenced him to take action on this, because I knew it was going to change his life. And he felt good about it. He got to the point when I was talking on the phone, he's actually looking forward to it now. And then he comes in, we do the work. He felt better after talking to me, had a better week, even just after talking to me on the phone. And then he came in and I just lifted everything off him, all of the weight. I got him to feel more present, just doing these techniques. And while I'm doing it, I'm showing him how to like stabilize it, stay there himself, to be able to maintain himself without doing too much work. And it's not meditation, it's not mindfulness. It's me helping you to uncomplicate your life, so you're not doing any of that stuff. You didn't do that stuff when you were a kid. You weren't thinking about what you were thinking about. You weren't thinking about what you should be thinking about. You weren't meditating. You weren't doing all that. You were just there, and you weren't analyzing anything or putting descriptions on it. That's where I'm bringing people back to. So it's not about going down memory lane, finding out why you're feeling like that. Anybody can do that. And once you start doing that stuff, it does help you cope with life, but life's not that complicated. There is complicated things out there. How you feel inside shouldn't be complicated. It should be showing up and thinking, how can I be truly helpful in the moment to the people around me, and go through your whole life like that without getting crushed or debilitated or overwhelmed. So what I'm trying to say is that I was just thinking about, like he said, "Paul, if you hadn't rang me back, I'd have never contacted you." And he said, "I probably wouldn't have got help. And then I would have been too embarrassed, even if you did call me back, because I didn't answer you the first time. I probably would have went into therapy and gotten tablets." And he said, "That's the last thing I wanted to do." And he left here, and it was just a good feeling for both of us that he's feeling that way. And this happens all the time. I'm showing you how to have choices in your nervous system and your mind to be able to decide whether you want to feel good despite what's happening outside. how you want to feel inside about what's happening outside. That's a mindset. It's just there's certain things missing that if you knew, you would definitely apply them having choices. Most people don't have a choice. They either feel bad or they're coping. Whereas I have a choice. I can feel good despite what's happening outside because I know better. And it's more important that you know that, not me. Call me, have a chat with me on the phone. I'm not going to try and upsell you anything, but it's just the idea that there's people out there that are just putting this off. And some little interaction like this could make a big difference in their life. So I hope this message gets to somebody that really was like considering, getting help and then putting it off, and then decides, you know what, I'll give this guy a call and see what he says. And I'll do my best to help you. My intention for this whole thing is to help people to feel better. When that happens, I feel better, and that's not too much to ask. And if I feel better and you feel better, only good things can happen. So I look forward to you making contact with me if you like, and I'll talk to you on the phone and I'll describe exactly how it will help, and I'll look forward to chatting to you soon. I'm Paul Campbell, the Mind Health Specialist.